Morning, Spikelings. I'm your friendly detective on this dark mystery known as life, Aspiring Spike, and welcome back to my Shark Typhoon. Today, as we wait for the new set to drop, have you seen my video about all the new cards? Check the pinned comment. We're going to continue to imprison our opponents in the current meta of Blue Cauldron Prison, watch the Lady of the Lock give us our deserved trophies, and drown our opponents' losses. Oh, and like, sub, etc. Thank you, Chest. Good morning, everybody. So, I've been thinking a lot about, attacking this modern metagame, right? And so I've been trying to play a lot of decks with Solitude, been trying to play a lot of decks with Elishnorn, was trying to figure out a deck with both of those cards. And then last night I'm like, I really want to be trying to play a deck with main deck and Snaring Bridge, was a thought I was having. We kind of have so if we're looking at what the top of the metagame is, we have Rhinos, we have Rakdos, we have Titan, we have Yawgmoth, we have Murktide, I think we have Living End. And Rhinos is really good against four of those top decks, not really so much Yawgmoth and Titan. Snaring Bridge is not awful against Titan, but he's I think very, very good against the rest of the decks. And I think you can kind of pivot plans versus Yawgmoth and Titan. Having four Cauldrons in your deck against Yawgmoth, it always makes the games really interesting. But I think this is also a really exciting shell to play this in, where you get to be you have access to so much looting, so you're not stuck with a bunch of lands in your hand. You get to dig for Bridge really quickly. If Bridge is bad in the game, you want to be on Urza Saga token beat them plan. Not very hard to loot them away with Rona Shredder. You also get to kind of cleanly play 4 Chalice of the Void in the main deck, which I think is pretty good at the moment. Again, there's a lot of Rhinos. There's a lot of the card is obviously great against Rhinos, Murktide, Living End, and I think it's kind of okay against Rakdos, Yawgmoth, and but just being able to play these really, really high impact prison pieces in this shell, I think is really exciting. Where you can dig for them and you can loot them away. You also just have either your infinite combo with Rona, Cauldron, Double Mox Amber, Imri, which it's a lot of pieces, but you do have an infinite combo. But you're mostly just going to be Cauldron Ballista-ing your opponent out of games. You can even do some stuff where you shrink your Ledger Shredder pre-combat, then grow it post-combat, ping your opponent. You're a deck that can fight through Bridge really well, and you have to not play all these Springleaf Drums that we've played in these kind of shells in the past, but it's a deck that can also play Chalice on 1 really, really well. A good amount of times you'll be playing Chalice on 0 too in this metagame, so I'm excited. Some weird stuff going on for sure. A similar deck with the 2-mana, which is a little bit sus, into Amber, Imri, Shredder, which does seem kind of good. I'm going to keep this. Yeah, I flipped Rona a few times. When did Karlov release? Karlov releases a week from tomorrow. Oh, okay. I'm happy I have my main deck Needle now. Magic is a very swingy game, huh? Togo, thank you for the raid. Hope you're doing well today. Welcome, everybody. Here, game 1, turn 1, Needling, Yawgmoth, Thran, Physician. It's the gap between spoiler season and card releases longer. Maybe. It's always a little different, right? Oops, Soul Shredders. They have a Bowmaster, which is a little bit scary. Well, if we can find a Ballista, we now have the Cauldron to start ballisting their board down. Yeah, I guess I could also have their one of Besage You here. But if they Besage You my Needle, I can, re-Needle maybe if they we'll kill this. Any other formats you're big into other than Modern, Commander Cube Standard? I mean, I used to be very into all of the, I at some point in my career I've been into every format. Right now I'm playing a lot of Timeless. I was playing a lot of Pioneer. Haven't been playing as much lately, I guess. No, I think at the moment, mostly Modern and Timeless, to be honest. So probably want to Cauldron the Rona ability. I think I'm going to cast the Cauldron before casting the second Shredder, so they could only trigger Bowmaster once, which I think I'm okay with, unless they have second Bowmaster. But even if they do have second Bowmaster, I guess I'll be able to save my Emery from the pings. Could also get like really lucky, find like a Ballista right now, but we want to be digging. Also, kind of want to connive one of these Shredders away. Yeah, I think I'll even keep the Emery in hand, so I could maybe just like try to mill over a Ballista. That kind of changed my mind also on the. I want to cast the Rona and maybe be able to like give this the Emery ability. Yeah, actually, if they kill my, you just kill my. I guess they can't kill my Emery, but if they were to kill my Emery, it wouldn't even be the end of the world. Do I have any MH2 spoilers? No. I don't. I haven't been given any spoiler cards in a long time, since like the Double Masters. I don't know. I think there's a list somewhere, and I think they took me off the list. I'm not entirely sure why. I don't know. I haven't. If I don't get a spoiler card for MH3, it'll feel bad. But it's ultimately, spoiler cards are just kind of like fluff. They don't really mean anything. I didn't get one for MH2, and I was the biggest modding streamer before MH2 also. I didn't get a preview card. We can spoil it for the Senju Consultant. No, I didn't get one for Lord of the Rings. It's just like a different group of people, you know, that handle this kind of stuff. Yeah, not getting one for Lord of the Rings, honestly, felt pretty bad. I would have loved one. I don't think Canister got one either. It's okay. Ooh, dude, I mean, it's stock for them to main the Shieldred. Need to find a Ballista. So does this tech mean they have another Bowmasters? I'm surprised there could be people that said stuff didn't get Fireball Hasbro. I mean, they may well have. I don't know. Some luck like this to play around Bowmasters. But whoever was doing it before the big layoffs also wants to give you preview cards, but not, you know. Oh wait, we just win next turn. Oh wait, we get to make infinite mana next turn, and then we could do some looting. But we're at, you know, 10. You can just combo. Or try to. Oh, should have floated the mana here. Oopsie doopsie. Although I guess having infinite mana is a good way to not worry so much about missing a float. I'm not gonna loot off this Rona here. I'm gonna have infinite loots later. I'm gonna have like a kind of mandatory loot potentially. Also could just mill over Ballista now. We did mill over Ballista now, which is awesome. So the loop is a little convoluted, but I'm going to Cauldron Emery onto Rona here. And now I have 3 counters. But I don't actually, I guess I don't even need anything else, because I just get to pump my Ballista creatures for infinite without needing to draw any cards. Although I do have a mandatory draw here. Discard the Shredder because we just need the extra counter. Down to 7. So I'm just gonna go ahead and oh wait, oh sorry, I don't have the, obviously don't have the, I can cast Ballista though. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cast Ballista X equals 2 to show my opponent this is my intention to win. And it is a little bit of a pain that this is like gonna be kind of twice the clicks if my opponent decides not to concede here. But I typically have faith, especially at Yawgmoth players, that they'll concede once they see the loop here. You think it's certainly in a Yawgmoth player's best interest to concede to convoluted infinite loop here, but I think they probably just need to take a second here to understand what it is that's going on. They're even like losing more time on their clock during this than I am. They're not F6. Don't worry, they'll get it in a second. I'm gonna go ahead and just activate here. Which they said okay to. They're still not F6, which is a sign that they're simply confused, and not a sign that they are making me click through this. I have complete faith that they will understand any second now what's going on and concede. Since I, played the Ballista X equals 2 as a sign of good faith here. But, again, it's a convoluted loop. They are F6 now, but that's only because they just don't have anything to do. Not because they are making me click through this. They're still trying to understand what's going on. I wonder if my opponent would accept an offer. I'll just concede if my clock goes to 5 minutes. Ever. Then a time win. Yeah, it just feels kind of bad because, like, I don't know. I did this. That's okay. It's fine. It's fine. You can do a time win. That's okay. It's fun, even. We can kill our own Ballista and repay. Oh, that's true, yeah. Okay, so yeah, this is fine then. We didn't even do anything wrong. So we're gonna attack them for 4, so they're at 16, so I need, and then they're at 13, so I only need 14 mana here, actually. Yeah, we could yield to the Rona and tap trigger, huh? I always just get so paranoid clicking through these combos. I'm gonna mess something up. Wait, so sorry, 7, put them to 13. So I need 16 mana. You can't swing with Shredder, replay Ballista. I can replay it off the Rona. Although, you know what? I'm just gonna make 8 more mana here, so I could just kill them with just the Ballista. Sorry for the question, why didn't Shredder? It did. Wait, no, you can't ask me questions! You can't make me use more of my clock! Come on! Don't make me use more of my clock typing out an explanation here. Come on, dude! Wow, like 5D chess time clock. Time waster. Genius. Next level. Wait, do I really need 34 mana? Seems like I had, like, greatly miscalculated earlier for some reason. Sorry for the question. Can you concede, please? I don't know. It's a PM. Yeah, I got a 34. But it says, how can you win? They were simply confused the whole time. Yeah, it's simply confused the whole time. Should have probably typed it out. Should have probably typed it out. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I didn't mean to be a toxic gamer, guys. I should have typed it out earlier. Oh, I didn't mean to cut a memory. Okay, this is the plan. Let's stick to it. Don't they play Ballista? Nah, most people don't play Ballista Yogg right now, right? Ashek, I think I maybe play like one copy on the play. And I got a weird, deck. I don't think I've ever made it on time for a deck tech. Well, you don't have to just make it on time. You can stay and watch the stream, and then eventually there'll be a deck tech. Obviously convoluted combo. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I did play the Ballista and then make infinite mana, but it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Since Anora is a powerhouse and 2-mana artifacts like Totem, Jailer, and Ratchet are good, would Tribute Mage be powerful enough in an Anora build? Tribute Mage is like a really shitty card. I don't know. I just would not really try to play that card in a deck. So slow, easy, like showcases exactly what your plans are. just not a good Magic card, really. I think DNT could be something in the current meta to come. Thoughts on Black-White Scam versus Tier 1 decks. But it's on the Mold of 4 here. Yikes. I don't know what Death and Taxes is. There's no such thing as a Death and Taxes deck list. I like Anointed Peacekeeper a lot, though. That card rules. And I don't know. Black-White Scam is certainly, I think, missing some consistency enablers. Alright, against the Mold of 4, let's not Saga on turn 1. A lot of times on the draw in these kind of matchups, against Yogg I would to get Needle down ASAP, but I think I'm okay to not. Can I recommend a good Mono-White Hate Bears deck? I could recommend Mono-White Hate Bears deck, but good, out of luck. Out of luck. You had me until you said good, and then What are we supposed to do with that? You wouldn't recommend one of the pairs? Well, so like I feel like you can try to like I played like a mono white Sunken Citadel Field Castle Ardenvale Lead and Arbiter One Ring Solitude Ephemerate Reprieve deck that I liked. You know, I played a few days ago and or a couple weeks ago at this point, but I liked that deck. So they're definitely doing some chord calculations there, and like I would play that deck again. I also feel like that deck is, you know, not traditional Death and Taxes. I think it's I just wouldn't recommend trying to build traditional Death and Taxes. I would recommend trying to figure something else out for this metagame. You know what I mean? It's just I think if you're going to try to build that kind of deck, you need to figure out something new. You need to figure out. Like you almost just need to like I would recommend starting from scratch, like scratch every single card, find like put 4 Anointed Peacekeeper in your deck, and then go from there. Just try to figure out. You say, okay, I know I want to play 4 Anointed Peacekeepers, but what do I do? What do I want to do beyond that? Okay, so I can main phase Dismember the Wall of Roots, which I guess I should do since I think that they've got Chord. But then they'll be able to chord for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 2. And they can just get another Wall of Roots, but I think that'd be okay. Is this truly like a prison deck for game ones, or just blue card with a cool name? I got 4 Chalice, 4 Ensnaring Bridge in the main deck. Yeah, if this is not truly a prison deck, you can sue me for clickbait. Is this truly a prison deck, Spike? Or are you clicking my bait right now? Sorry to see those. It's okay. I'm just bantering, you know. Just a bit of banter. Okay, unlikely to be drawing any cards anytime soon, unless they make me Shredder, I guess. Skyclave also good? Maybe. It's really bad against Rhinos. Rhinos being popular was one reason like I kind of stopped putting Skyclave in decks for a long time. So it's Trample. If I attack with everything, they do have 6 power toughness, and like they could go Shump Block here, untap, Grist the Spellskite, although they have to have something to sack to Grist. I think I just probably shouldn't attack with the Construct though. Just leave it back for a turn. Yeah, I know Regen taps the Spellskite, so that's why I want to leave the Construct back. So we can absorb one point here. But it says GG, thanks and have a nice day. GG, you too. You also have a nice day, opponent. Preordained turn 1. Always happy to see it. 1 top, 1 bottom. Prison deck isn't the villain deck. I hope it is. Don't need to be too worried about them like tapping out for a Murktide with the bridge in my hand. Happy enough to make that trade. Hope to not get mooned. Murktided as a 5/5. Oh no, I have 5 cards in my hand. Oh, did I have force? Ugh, brutal, dude. I was very excited to just like Ballista on 0. Brutal force there. And they hit a bobble. Wait, they didn't even cast the bobble. Okay. They don't need it. So we don't mill over a bridge. They're drawing an island. That's good news for me. Seems like my really only plan is to like trade Emery for Ragavan, or maybe use a burn spell, then top deck another bridge. Blue spell looking good here. Yeah, why don't we all imagine cards that would be good in this board state if they were just, you know, in our hand magically? Let's all name a card that would be good here. Snaring Bridge. It's kind of it, actually. Ooh. Dude, well, they get to Cauldron their Murktide and Ballista it. I'm gonna board it then. Probably keep in the needle for explosives. Maybe a welding jar instead, maybe. Welding jar's bad if they have cast into the fire, which exiles, I guess. Murktide players do love that card. I'm gonna try to remember to grab a song. I see. Fair. It doesn't seem super main deckable to me. Maybe it's okay against Rhinos. It's not very good against Yogg. It's not very good against Rakdos. It's not very good against Titan. I recall you don't like Whir. I feel like Chord proves that it could be good. No. This is Whirbrain. Whirbrain is a very fatal disease where you look at Chord of Calling, a good card. Chord is great. And you see Whir, like, oh, that's the same thing but for artifacts. But it's not the same. Because Whir always costs at least 3 mana. And, like, Chord is good because that shit is, like, ideally 0 mana. Do not fall victim to Whirbrain. Chord is good because you can put a 4 mana creature in play for 0 mana at instant speed. But if you could just like if you could tap like even blue artifacts for it, you could tap like your Moonstare prototypes and your Thopter Foundries and improvise. The card would be awesome. The card would be like super nice. What did name Murktide with Needle? Yeah, that would make sense to do since their plan is to Cauldron Ballista their Murktide. Dude, Cauldron Ballista, like you can never like play all these cards in the deck, but turning your Murktide into a walking Ballista sounds pretty freaking sick. Witching Well will be infinitely more playable. Yeah, Witching Well will be sick. There's also like there's a new one that's like a blue artifact you can tap sack. Which Retro Foundry was in Modern. Okay, so I played a little bit of Retrofitter Foundry in Timeless. I've seen a little bit of it. Is that card actually good? It just seems so slow every time I see it in action. Okay, I'm gonna try to get Delirium here. Okay with him tapping out, so this means I can resolve my Emery. Is it Soul Lands to make Retro good in Legacy? I don't know. That card just seems so slow. Maybe it's like Chalice, you know what I mean? What a stack. They're also keeping their card on top, which is kind of weird to do when you're trying to save your channeler. It must be like Brotherhood End or something scary like that if they're gonna keep it on top. Thanks, B-Dow. Oh, Murktide. And they could have graveyard that and keep the channeler, maybe? I guess I'm assuming that's what it was. Maybe it was something else. I mean, you got the Force of Negation again? I got the second Ensnaring Bridge this time. Is this a prison deck? Would I have saved Channeler? Well, if it was Murktide, it would have saved Channeler. Retrofitter doesn't really see any play on Legacy. Okay, so maybe it's just an overrated card in general. I thought it looked slow too, but playing with Thunder Energy feels like it's one of the power cards in format. I like the complete opposite effect, but maybe like the decks I was playing in were bad. I may have had Enigma Jewel in that deck. I can't confirm or deny. But I thought Jewel with Founder would be cool. Yeah, I would love to. But it says oops again. Yeah, I was like pretty unimpressed with it. But I'd be willing to give it a fair try. I kind of want like Chalice on 3 this game. That's maybe a little ambitious, but little ambition never hurt anybody. This Chalice is like, it's just soloing them. Second Bridge versus Otawara. They already played Otawara. Aqua with the 41. Thank you. 39. Thank you. We can also just cast the other bridge off Emery if we want to. Don't need to be too worried about it. Might cast second Chalice. It was probably Ballista on 1. Tidebinder kills Chalice. That's true. They only have 1 card in their hand. I think the Chalice is mostly done its job. Looking for a Cauldron. I don't know, I feel like Retrofitted Foundry was fine in exactly Ninjas, which was kind of a real deck for a short time. Good stack change to make Ninjas 4/4s. But that's the thing, is like Retrofitted Foundry isn't good by itself. It's good when you're like playing Thopters to sacrifice and turn into 4/4s, right? It just doesn't feel like that good of a plan. Maybe it's okay. Any interested in doing the Timeless Minigun Challenge this Friday? I forgot that it was this Friday. I would be down. Be very down. I really want to play Timeless tournaments, yeah. Like, that's what I want to be doing with the format, so thank you for reminding me. Guess that's Friday's stream, probably. I want to play the Cat combo deck. I really like that deck. Need to do some more prep for it, I guess. Do you get anything for the metagame challenge also? Like, what are the prizes? I mean, I'm gonna keep keep Chalice and Snaring Bridge for sure. Just packs and stuff? Okay. Timeless feels like a lame duck with show and tell coming next week. Lame duck is dramatic for sure. Okay, nice. Happy to see no Ragavan. MKM comes out a week from tomorrow. I didn't mention in the video either, like there's a lot of stuff like that everybody's kind of talking about, and I kind of sometimes like I as far as like Timeless went, I'm like, Show and Tell is coming, Crashing Footfalls are coming, and these are two cards that are like, you know, very likely to make an impact in the format, or people will be playing them. But it didn't feel that interesting to like make that a whole section in the video, because these are just like cards people know about. You don't really need too much help evaluating them. But I also don't necessarily expect Show and Tell to be like a super good Timeless card. We'll see though. Could impress. Could impress. Is Outburst an arena? No. So you can play like Bloodbraid Marauder with Rhinos. You can play like As Foretold type stuff. Not something I'm super optimistic about. That version with 8 months, they can all come back. They flip an Urza Saga, 3 cards in their hand. If they don't have another land, they're going to need a second spell Pierce. They do shock in the Steam Vents. And it's Ragavan 2 mystery cards. I'm going to jam. Maybe play Shredder, but jam. I think there's a good chance they have just like a removal spell up here, right? Yeah. Teamer Sneak and Show sounds interesting. Yeah, Sneak Attack exists too. But it's like without fast mana, like you just have Dark Ritual, without Ancient Tube, without Lotus Petal. I feel like the deck is going to be very slow and clunky in the format where like basically every deck is a deck with tons of disruption. So we'll see. It could end up being good. We'll definitely try it. You know, it'd be fun if it was good. Come on. Guess we got that out of the way. They must have just top decked that too, right? Because they used the bolts. And it's Ragavan mystery card. Oh no! Oh, I was hoping so bad that they would just play the Ragavan. I would just get to Ballista both of their creatures. Although that being said, I guess they don't have Delirium here. I think they keep a card on top. Hopefully it's not Bobble. Their hand is card they kept on top, plus Ragavan. It was Bobble. Delirium online. Not the end of the world. We get to go like Shredder Ballista here. They kept the other card on top too, so we'll see how. See what that is, maybe. Could also maybe have just resolved the Ensnaring Bridge, but I think there's a good chance that they kept like either Counterspell or Murktide up, and if they kept Counterspell, I'd rather do this. If they have Murktide, I could just play the bridge next turn. So he has Ragavan, 2 mystery cards. What good enough to keep on top. Could be, you know, Iteration, Preordained, Counterspell, Murktide. I feel like a Murk. Yeah, definitely could be a Murk. This was the other card, I'm sure. The Unknown. Unfortunately, we weren't able to connive a spell away, so we do have to go down to 6 this turn. So they could find 2 bolts for kind of maybe cooked. So what's the more important card to resolve? Bridge or Emery? I kind of feel like Emery is. I'm gonna lead on the bridge. Oh, should have played on Spell Pierce though. But they wouldn't have kept Spell Pierce on top. There's no shot. It also just resolves, so they keep Otawara. I don't know. I'm gonna discard the second bridge here. I guess they could have kept another like Disenchant, but I want to be able to block the Channeler potentially. If they have another Shatter, like we can just replay bridge off this. What do they keep? I think it could be Explosives, Brothers Sudan. Could be Bolt. Could be Bolt, yeah. That would make some sense. But puts 2 cards on top with Preordain here. Another card on top. Or sorry, that would be the same card on top. Never mind. Is Rhinos versus Scam fairly even? Rhinos is very favored, or like significantly favored. You can, yeah, Rhinos is favored. Absolutely. They exile Unholy Heat, so we're gonna lose our Emery, I guess. Chandler's so good. Chalice is also so good. Let me take a look at what my top card is. Okay. Happy enough to connive that away. I think maybe like exactly Agatha's Soul Cauldron I would wait a turn, but even then I probably shouldn't. I know Rhinos does well versus Yogg pre-board. Yeah, I mean, Rhinos I think is favored against Yawgmoth. It got a lot worse when Fury was banned, but it's like a lot closer, I think, than it used to be. So you got Ragavan, 2 mystery cards. At least one of them they liked. But I think chat could be very right that one of the other card is a Bolts, or yeah, I think Bolts. Obviously, a little bit worse with this in play. It's nice that they've already used a Brother's Hood End. A lot of times it's just one Brother's Hood End, very rarely 2 these days. Could occasionally be 2, I guess. They exile a Ragavan, which I guess they're not going to cast into my Shredder for Connive. You got a counterspell? No counterspell, huh? So let's Cauldron Emery. Gonna play another Chalice in 1, and then I'll bobble off the Ballista. Also gonna connive. Probably the best card we could see there. Okay. Probably connive one of these away at some point. Expressive Iteration number 3. Why does it feel like Lantern Control? Because there's an Ensnaring Bridge in play. We're looking at their library. It's a prison deck, yeah. It's the intention here. So they are casting a Ledger Shredder. So I can Otawara the Channeler to just kind of, you know, yeet it out of existence, I guess. Let's start looting. With here, I'm going to bobble. And I'm going to take a look at their top card. Probably discarding whatever I draw. With Lantern at all? Yeah, some. Oh, they do get to attack me with the Shredder. Some. I had like a Lantern Tron deck that I thought was kind of interesting. Don't think Lantern would be awful at the moment. We're getting pretty close to killing them. Yeah, I think we just discard this for Cauldron. I think we have 8 counters. Maybe not quite as much as I would hope. 8, 9, 10 off the Connive. 11, 12 off Ballista, X equals 2. Yeah, not quite next turn. I guess I could maybe attack. If they attack. Yeah, I guess if they attack, they're dead. Okay. Oh, I also have Manamo to get 2 counters off the Cauldron this turn if I want. Which is kind of the same though, it's just like Ballista for 1 more. But now I can go Shredder. Bobble. What if they ever have Otawara here? Seems unlikely. So it gets a Cauldron, untap Cauldron. 3, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about Otawara at this point. Oh, I guess I could have won. Yeah, I could have won by shrinking this to 2 power, attacking with both of these. And then I just pump whichever one they don't block. I haven't seen this one yet. I think I saw them like post this with like not all the complete data. Dude, Rakdos is doing bad. It's good against Amulet, Living End, Domain Zoo. Weirdly, I don't even think that actually kind of surprises me a little bit. Okay, Manamo on top Cauldron. Dude, Living In is 72% against coffers. I think it's kind of high for a deck that really often sideboards for a ley line. Let me see the. It's only 18 matches. Okay, yeah. Usually you see something like that, you're like 18. You see 18 matches, and it's just like not a big enough sample size really to. You can say that they're favored for sure, but it's kind of high. I thought Zoo would be decent against Scam. Yeah, that's kind of my experience, I think, is that Zoo is good against Scam, but... Wait, aren't they just... I think I'm... Yeah, they're at 14. I have 14 counters now, right? Or I have 13 counters. Well, 14 off the Cauldron. What does Walking Ballista transform into if you transform it with an ability? Nothing. Just stays. Nothing happens. We could tap the Cauldron end of turn. I think it's just probably better practice to untap and like play Ballista X equals 2 from hand. Just have 14 counters in play with the ability to respond and kill them if they do anything. Don't want to just like lose to Tidebinder. Okay, I'm gonna start pinging. We'll look some more at the data here. That gives us the GGs. Okay, 2-0. 0-2 to 2-0. 1-1 against Yogg, 1 against Rakdos, 1-0 against Murktide. So I want to look at Coffers. Coffers is unfavored against Footfalls, favored against Rakdos. 33.8 against Yawgmoth surprises me. I didn't think it was that bad. 60 matches, big sample size though. Not the biggest, I guess. Also higher against... Hopefully this Chalice is good. If not, hopefully the Bridge is good. Other. That's me. So nice that we can get a needle off the Saga. I'm gonna go Shredder Bobble though. I like to crack the Bobble. Oh, that's a nice pickup. They have Bowmaster now. They upkeep it. It's okay. Yeah, just nobody's playing creativity. Oh, Hammer's doing a little bit better than I expected. Obviously awful against Yogg. Awful against Yogg and Titan, of course. 28% against Oddmath, although only 26 matches. Like, I just saw a couple plus 50s, and I was like, hell yeah. But not actually doing that good, I guess. Okay, I don't think we really need second Cauldron. Another Ledger Shredder. Don't love drawing that here. I think I'm just gonna go play a Cauldron. Might discard the Rona so I could have that activated ability ready. Could also discard Imri and cast a Bobble here. Could also play Chalice on 0 and cast Imri, but then I'm locked out of like playing Bobbles and stuff. Could also discarding Imri also sets up the Rona combo. So I'm gonna discard the Imri. If I could cast it, I would cast it this turn. I'm also just gonna attack actually. Try to like maybe Cauldron, exile Young Wolf, and then we get the needle on Yawgmoth next turn. And pressuring their life total is really important too. Dude, Burn is 20. Come on, Bird players, you're at 30% against Murktide. You're good against Murktide. 30% though. 25% against Amulet Titan. Oh no, Burn's cooked. Okay, Rhinos bad against Scales, bad against Living End, bad unfavored against Obnath. Very good against, doing very well against everything else basically. Yeah, I'm sure someone in chat can link the chart. This user, I'm not super familiar with them, but I know that they post these charts every once in a while. And Yahi. I'm still gonna name Yawgmoth here. Actually, also Chalice in one. Anything Scales? I haven't looked at Scales yet. Unfavored against Living End really surprises me. I feel like historically that's like your best matchup, but it's a tough matchup too. One mistake, one misstep, and blah 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 blah. Unfavored against Hammer surprises me too. I feel like I usually stomp Hammer with Scales. I guess I play a bunch of Force of Vigors in my Scales sideboard too, so you're not going to quite be 24% against them, but you also won't be. You won't be doing it super well either, unfortunately. I was hoping they'd like Milligrist or something. I guess they get the extra insect. So they have the Yawgmoth, which is currently needled. Scales. Oh, Scales against Yogg? Yeah, that also surprises me. I feel like Yogg is so good against Scales. A lot of interesting data points. I want to cast an Ensnaring Bridge ever. I don't want to flip this Rona. 100. Yeah, it's a lot of data. Like I don't know. Like this is just my impression playing you know, a lot of scale, a lot of Yawgmoth and prep for the PT, and then a lot of scales in general. But I tend to think that like Yawgmoth is pretty favored. Although I don't know, maybe like just like I've been main decking a Needle. I haven't been playing as much lately either. So I guess what I can do here is go. Oh, I was thinking I could Cauldron Spellskite, but this isn't a legal target. Oh no, I'm so and then now I can't replay the Needle. Okay, fucked up. Getting too fancy. I just needed to. Oh, I couldn't replay the Needle anyways because of the Chalice. Okay, never mind. We're fine. We were dead anyways. Then we're pretty dead. Two Chalice. Play the Shadow Spear. Yeah, I don't know if I want to play an Ashiok on the play. I think I can play one on the play. Trim a Spellskite. Surprise Creativity did this bad too. I wasn't expecting it to do good necessarily, but way lower than I would have expected. Omnath's looking pretty good. Bad against Tron and Burn, but it doesn't seem like a match. Dude, Omnath looks nice. I mean, you're like barely. Oh, you're a literal 50-50 against Rakdos. Wow. Omnath looks kind of nice. Rakdos looks mid-minus. Oh, I haven't looked at Murktide yet. I need to look at Murktide. Speaking of mid-minus. Yeah, I think I have to keep on 6. Just looking at colors, seems like Amulet is super well positioned. I mean, Amulet's very good. Oh, I haven't even looked at like Footfalls versus Amulet. Ooh, 59 against Amulet. It's a little bit higher than I would have expected. Wait, Amulet looks like, looking at colors, orange. One good matchup, bad. The Mirror, unfavored. Good against Scales, good against Tron, those don't matter as much. Good against Omnath, doesn't matter as much. Good against Hammer, doesn't matter. Good against Burn, doesn't matter. Good against Coffers. Like, I don't know, it's just like, Titan doesn't seem to be good against, like, the top 2 decks. Plus Murktide. Dude, Murktide 49% against Footfalls. Flip with Twitch Prime, thank you, welcome back. 39% against Yawgmoth. There was someone the other day who was, like, really advocating, saying that Murktide was good against Yawg. I'm gonna play this to pressure Agriss a little bit. Yeah, the Martyr decks are really cool. So good. 55 against Rakdos. This also surprises me. I would have expected this number to be lower. In favor of Rakdos, even. 61 against Amulet. 51% against Living End is so brutal for Murktide. Like, you want this to be, like, 5 points higher. Very good against Burn. 52% against Other. It's nice. Yeah, I agree that Yawgmoth is favored against Murktide. But I don't know. I think if you polled the Murktide gamers, I don't know that you would get a agreement here. Kind of scared of the Bowmaster at this point, I guess. So the cord for 3 for Grist, maybe. Ugh, for Endurance. Maybe they get like Rex Sage, although they would have done that in response to Spellskite. Fuck. They didn't have a cord though. Okay, so so they pitched Endurance, so we have a kind of safe attack with the Shredder. Let's just do that first. I don't think I'm going to play any RCQs, no. Oh, wait, they just have it now? They have another Endurance? They don't always play 2. I'm playing 2 today. Alright, let's go to match 3, or match 4? Yeah, match 4. I mean, I'll say that I very much liked the One Ring in this deck when I played it. I think it's a super good ring deck, and I would very much like to be playing it over. I would play the ring over the fourth Cauldron and all the silences almost surely. I also think Eagles of the North is like considerably worse than just any white fetch land in this deck. I understand that it pitches to Solitude, but you shouldn't really have problems on white card counts. I also would not play 4/3 Inspector. I think one copy as like kind of a little bit of a copium tutor target is like, it's like okay. I want to save the second bobble for like possible Shredder. I guess also possible Emery. 4 is like way too many. I get that you're trying to like make Ephemerate work, but to some extent, Ephemerate just like it either is going to work or it isn't. Yeah, I know you're trying to get up on Ephemerate targets, but like Inspector is not a good Ephemerate target. Is the problem? It's just not. It's not one of the good ones. I know that's the problem. Is like you're so close to having a density of good Ephemerate targets, but you're like a little short. Ooh, they're not playing Work Tide. They're playing Mill. So I kind of don't mind that as much with me having Cauldron in play. So we draw. Self-mill on Emery, a little awkward, of course. Yeah, I mean, I know that you've done your due diligence and you've like come to the conclusion, the realization that like this deck would be really nice if there was another good ephemerate target, but there really isn't, which is like why I haven't been in on the ephemerate build on Heliod. I've been more into like Reprieve plus the One Ring, and I've liked those builds. I feel very strongly that I don't want to play Eagles over any fetch lands. I'd love to like also I also think like Heliod is a deck like you want to be playing a million fetch lands for your idyllic ranges, right? You're going to be playing just a ton of fetch lands in your idyllic range deck. I also think that you need to be like playing Leyline Binding, because you're just like you're a white deck that wants to play like 15, 14, 16 fetch lands, something like that. So if we can, there's 2 Mox Ambers in the yard. If we can draw a Rona, we can't Cauldron the Rona because we need the static ability. We'll be able to combo off. Although they just have, okay, they don't have 2 pushes. So let's see what they're drawing next turn. Could Needle that? Not sure. They still target the Rona? Chance I'm just attacking with this too. Okay, so we've drawn Rona. Huge news. As long as they don't get all of the cards out of my library this next turn, we have the ability to win. Though it may take some clicks. So I'm going to Ballista down the Hedron Crab and Hope for the best. I'm also going to Cauldron Spellskite. We know one of their cards is going to be Otawara here. So I think I guess we're probably dead to Tasha's. Our mana value is pretty low. Field of Ruin, okay. Gonna not be grabbing a land off that. We beat Archive Trap though, right? Archive Trap. If they have Archive Trap, they're gonna put me down to like 4 cards in my library. Just don't need that. I just have infinite mana. I think it was a Boro. Yeah, sorry, Boro. I knew it's good that's not Otawara, but yeah, it was a Boro instead. We even beat Counter Magic here too, so I think we're just good. We're good to go. Cauldron target. Oh, is Cauldron already targeting Imri? Oh, what the hell? I don't have an Imri in my graveyard. I have 31 cards in my graveyard, and none of them are Imri. We can figure this out though. I should just be able to play Ballista 2 off of Imri, kill my own Imri. What happens if they drown this? I guess we're looting. It would have to be their one unknown card, and then they would need a top deck. A convoluted combo. Just activate the Ballista in play. I want to keep the Ballista in play as a Spellskite. I think it's important. I think it's important to play around push. But now we have infinite mana and a Ballista in play. Also, our Rona is a Ballista. They are dead. I think we can be drowned. Well, I mean, drown. They would need to go drown into top deck Tasha's or something. Seems like an okay place to be in. Alright. Got the loop. Infinite mana. Are Rona and Imri interchangeable? No, because you can't turn your Imri or your Imri into a Rona because it doesn't have this untap ability. The combo is like, it's nice to have access to. This is like our second time doing it today, but it's not the biggest part of the deck, and it's just kind of something you kind of fall into, which is you know what I mean. And it doesn't really require that you play anything that you're not super happy to play anyways, I think. Okay, probably do not want Ensnaring Bridge against Mill. Really not super prepped for Mill here, to be honest. I've not seen the deck in a while. Can play Second Needle, Needle Field, Jace, the Hideaway Land. Can't remember the name. Don't know if I'm going to play Ashiok or not. I guess I can play these Dismembers. I can play a Haywire Might for... I guess I don't really care about their own bridge. Play Welding Jar. Not a lot. I don't think I mean, Ashiok is not winning the mill race, you know. I'll play one Ashiok, I don't know. They have like fields and fetch lands, and I basically have nothing else that does anything. I don't think I want to play 3 Needles. Is this deck cheap in paper? Probably not. Yeah, I don't think with the 3rd Needle. We're Ensnaring Bridge, Chalice of the Void, Agatha's Soul Cauldron, Urza Saga, Gemstone Cavern, Mox Amber. This is an incredibly expensive deck. It's like fetch lands. It's a pretty expensive one. We also haven't had a single Gemstone Cavern start. There it is. I mean, I guess. Love a turn 1 Urza Saga in this matchup. I guess I'm always playing that. They got Atasha's though. The card is good. It's a good card. I wonder if I just leave the Bauble and play Ever just to grow the constructs here. I don't know. Draw Imri. Rona's kind of nice here. If I draw a Cauldron, maybe I'll play Rona next turn, just try to combo, since I can get the other Amber either milled or off the Cauldron. Or not the Cauldron, off the Saga. We've got a dead Spellskite, unfortunately. I did draw a Cauldron though, so we can combo again next turn. Kind of unlikely. I guess that we're not locked to combo. We kind of need our opponent to mill Imri or Walking Ballista. But obviously they're going to be. I guess they cast Tasha's, huh? They exile my whole deck. That could be bad. Oh, so they have just all 3 drops or something? Surgical, Drown, Push. Damn. I think because my opponent did nothing, I can try to wait a turn here. Get the other Mox Amber, just Legend Rule it. I think that makes sense, just because I'm very close to comboing. But I need the other Mox Amber in the yard. How many times are we gonna get trapped? So we'll see. 0 times. So we can play their Tashas. They did mill Imri for us. So now we're just missing a Blocking Ballista. I can also cast Spellskite before I cast Rona next turn to play around removal. Just name a blue fetch. I don't know about that. 18 cards exiled. Yikes. There's also, unfortunately for us, a very good chance my opponent just has another Tasha's in their hand, which is I guess, possibly beatable. Drew Spellskite. I guess I'm attacking. Also, I don't know why I thought I could cast this first. Obviously, the Amber doesn't tap for mana until this Rona is in play. But I will try to attack for 6 here. But he didn't fetch. I might have been able to discard the fetch land, I think. I didn't think the extra mana mattered that much if I drew a land next turn. So they drew another land. I don't mill Ballista. And they play the One Ring. That one surprises me. I think it's good news though, because if I can find a Ballista, and I have a few looks here. I guess not that many looks. Oh, ding 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 ding. Oh, okay, so I did kind of mess up again. I know the combo is so convoluted, but I made the mistake of having this tap, so I can't start the loop. I can tap Agatha's Soul Cauldron to untap it. So just a nice, happy accident here. So we go target Ballista, counter on Rona, infinite mana, infinite Ballista power, and then we'll be able to kill them on their turn here. Yeah, 2 mana Twiddle. Streamer luck. I mean, I had a bunch of Ballistas, or at least 2 Ballistas left. 3 Ballistas and 16 cards. Yeah. Streamer luck for you, actually. Again, this combo's like plan C, kind of. Always really fun when it goes off. Could have comboed without the Cauldron, just using Emery Constructs. No, well, Emery without using Emery Construct. Oh, right, yeah. No, you're right. Just cast a Amber. But I was trying to think if they can break it up on their upkeep. I think there's like no chance, right? I say GG. Have you enjoyed the stream for this match with us playing? No, it's definitely not. And like the mill matchup, you do combo way more often because they're just like milling your combo pieces for you. This is mostly a prison deck, although you slide it kind of out of your prison elements. Let's keep. What's on the model 6? Most Polluted Delta decks don't like to see a Chalice in one. No, come on, dude. Again? Fuck. Back-to-back mill? What are the chances? I haven't seen mill in so long. I do feel like whenever you play against Mill, it's like you play against them twice and like in the same stream, and then you play against them like not again for a month. Is that time where Mill makes a comeback? I don't know. I feel like Mill's so bad. It just has no good matchups besides Titan. There's I guess Tron is probably good too. This kind of stuff, but I'm a big hater. Was there an Esper Imri Ario deck when Luris was legal? This reminds me of that. Yeah, Ario's gone so bad too, even if you flip it. Might end up transforming Rona, getting aggressive. Just play 2/2 Ballista for this turn. I'm gonna hold the Bobble too. If we can draw a Cauldron, we can win, although it looks like we only have one left in our deck, in our 25 card deck here. So we get one more look here, going Shredder Bobble. I think I do this instead of putting a counter on the Ballista. Archive Trap on top, which they can cast with the Field of Ruin. We draw it. Not the most helpful card. The good news is, if they don't mill my Cauldron here, we're pretty likely to draw it. Didn't mill it yet. Ah, there it is. So I got 5 cards in my library here. Helpless attack. I don't really know if I even have a plan. I think I'm just dead. I guess my plan is they just have all 1 mana spells and no lands. And nothing else? Oh. Scalding Tarn GG. Okay, so Bridge is out. Getting used to sideboarding in this matchup. Bridge is out. Dismember's in. Extra Needle in. Maybe I played... More Ashocks gives you higher mana value for Tasha's. I just... kind of scared to draw the second copy. Go to 61. Gonna kill a crab after blocks. That's true. Is that a better plan than just hope they don't have any one drops? I don't know if I have like enough of a clock to like win the game at that point. What are your thoughts on the sleeves? On the shape shovel? Yeah, for me, like the sleeves are like why I took the sponsorship. I really like the rounded corners. I haven't like experienced them feeling flimsy, but I've also only played them like used them like twice. Just don't play any paper events though. We'll be in. I'll be using them in Chicago. I'm gonna mulligan. The hand just did not spark joy. Brewing something with Insidious Roots. Well, if you watch my my murders video, you'll see that Insidious Roots is my #1 pick from the new set. I'll draw an Urza Saga here. Yeah, I'm gonna need a Field of Ruin on turn 1, I think. I think I'll probably... Well, it's kind of tough between playing either Saga Spellskite or... I think I might actually go Island or Breeding Pool because it's a little bit better than Island in this matchup. Because I guess with the fields, it's not as true, but our life total doesn't matter. But I think I want to do this and then try to let the mill work for me here, where I can next turn play Rona and Imri with Spellskite up, and then try to like cast Agatha's Soul Cauldron off Imri and then combo off. There's one Mox Amber in the yard. I guess maybe with that plan, playing the Saga this turn to get the Amber the following turn is maybe better. Ever YOLO Needle Delta turn 1. I think knowing what the Urza Saga is kind of easy name field. You could though. Don't like this pause. This pause probably means they have a surgical. Already down to 33 cards in my deck, and I'm going to cast Imri. They like definitely have a surgical / extirpate, right? So let's go Chalice in 1 to fight that. Okay, I'll accept it just being a Fatal Push. Okay, so we're set up to combo in 2 turns. We have 32 cards in our library. My opponent has 2 cards in hand, but they do have a Boro to pick up here. I guess I'm down to 28 actually. I like that we can beat Surgical. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. Okay, but they get it tapped, so no Tashas. 2 cards in their hand. Hopefully both 1-mana spells. They do have a lot of 1-drops in their deck. I need this not to get drowned. Mission accomplished. Kind of nothing that matters to... I guess I'll just cast the Amber this turn and cast Cauldron next turn, and then I get to go turn Rona into an Imri, infinite mana after I find the Mox Amber, or it gets milled, and then I can cast Ballista off the Imri. Do you think Analyze the Pollen can make Inverter a deck again? What does Analyze the Pollen do again? Don't remember the text on that card. I know I made the whole oh, so that's the tutor. Maybe I like the part of like exiling the graveyard to find your combo pieces. I don't hate the thought. I'm not necessarily the most excited about it either, but I'm pretty bad about floating the mana. Oh no, because I have to use the Imri to cast the Cauldron. Can I actually not combo here? Because I can make infinite mana. Can I loot? If I loot, I'm dead to a single mill. Rona casts Ballista. Rona doesn't cast Ballista because I don't have... Oh, sorry. Rona does cast Ballista. Sorry. Duh. Okay, that's easy. Easy enough. Too many pieces. My brain is fried from the YouTube video if it wasn't apparent enough. The thing is, my opponent will never know what's going on. And I'll have to actually click through it, but... And then we have to play game 3 against Mill. Infi mana, cast Ballista, win. Thank you, opponent. All the Mill players are the coolest. Mill players are the coolest group. No competition. Yeah, I can save a little bit of time with save target. 38 mana is 190 clicks. It's not so bad. Not so bad. Not so good either. It is funny, like... it does seem like the combo is like you're playing A in the Mill matchup specifically. This hand does spark joy. Maybe I'll draw Dismember. Might as well shock, no real reason not to. You can needle Field of Ruin, you can needle Jace, you can needle the Hideaway land if they play that card. Surgical on Ballista is gonna be tough. Extremely high for the green sorcery, scale sideboard card for Titan specifically. You think you'll change your scales bid with Force Vigor side? Yeah, I'll probably play the new card instead. And then you don't have to play the second Ozolith as badly. Jeez, dude. Oh. No second land. Okay. Game is kind of winnable. So I kind of want to Chalice next turn, or be able to Chalice next turn. The card feels like... Yeah, I mean, it's still feels important here. Damn. Tense game. That Ballista you have to attack to win. Just like Richard Garfield intended. They're in Snaring Bridge deck though. Guess the Mox Amber. I think I want to try attacking. Kind of worried about Extirpate. I guess I should have targeted the run because that's the Extirpate. Okay, they did not cast it though. They're at 13. I'm about to make some constructs. Their hand is Extirpate 2 mystery cards. These crabs will get to chump block pretty hard. Okay, interesting. Finds the fetch lands. Good for 12 mills. Cannot beat another fetch land, I guess, unless I draw like Dismember. Dismember would be a good draw. So do I have the other Mox? I don't have the other Mox Amber. If I did, I could maybe go like Amber, Ashiok, make the other Saga token. That would turn off fetch lands. As it stands, not a lot to do besides this. Cast this to grow the constructs. Their mystery card is Archive Trap. We lose. So I could spell skite this. I already have spell skite underneath the Cauldron, so I'll be able to attack this turn. And then we know their last card in hand is Extirpate. So we need to fade some top decks. Oh no, my opponent is big fanning me. The ultimate technique. Domain expansion. Big fan, by the way. Fuck. Oh, sorry, I guess I shouldn't have F6 with Spell Sky play. Such a close game. Yeah, I don't think there's much to do here besides... Well, I guess I need to think about getting this or not. 5... Seems like it was probably better in the deck, since they're just going to be dead to both Construct City the next turn either way. And like one chump should save them either way. I guess I would hit it for 6 or 5 down to 3. It's just either way. Either way, they have to chump both of them next turn. Which is good because now obviously if they break this turn and they draw land next turn, we're not dead. We also beat non-fetch land. We beat this too. This is great. It's also great they drew this instead of Lantern because there's no redraw ability. They do get to stop me from activating Cauldron, but activating Cauldron really doesn't matter so much. Wow, we draw Dismember for the win. Insanely close. Wow. Maybe correcting the bobble to get 2 looks at that was even better. Wow, I even defeated the big fan domain expansion. 4-1? Cool. Had to play against Mill twice. So I don't know how much to read into there. After that first turn, I was like, wow, we're just cooked. What a comeback. I'm no longer a fan. Let's play some Marduk Invoke. I registered it in the challenges last weekend. Had a quick O2.